Hi, and welcome to cheekyricho's Thermochef bread. I'm making this bread today at the request of Facebook user Mia. We'll be using a commercial bread flour or a pre-mixed bread. The ingredients will be in the recipe box below. So let's get started. To the Thermochef jug we are going to add 350 grams of just cold water and heat it to 37 degrees. After 25 seconds our temperature has reached 37 degrees. We're going to add our bread flour and we're just going to mix this. So speed 2 until it comes together. We're going to add our dried yeast at the same time. So that's 500 grams of flour and 1.5 teaspoons of yeast. Okay, after 50 seconds your bread should look like that. It's quite sticky. Now it needs to be kneaded more, so now that it's all completely incorporated, there it is there, it's actually come away from the sides. We're going to put the knead function on, which is preset for 2 minutes anyway, so onto the knead function. Okay, occasionally you will encounter an error message, so what you do then is just turn the machine off, free up the mixture from around the blades and turn it back on again to continue with the kneading. Just running around the machine at the moment. Okay, after 2 minutes our bread is really quite elastic. See that? I don't want to break the spatula. Okay, so we're going to tip it out onto a floured surface, give it a light knead and allow it to prove. To get it out of the jug, just poke the blade out and the whole thing will fall down. The dough off the blades as best you can. Before you get too much flour all over yourself, grab a large bowl, give it a light spray with some cooking spray. I'm using olive oil because I like the taste of it. Put it to one side, sprinkle a little flour over the top of your bread and commence to knead it. It should be really quite smooth, warm and elastic at this stage. And we're going to stand it in our bowl, which is going to be covered with either plastic film or a damp tea towel, whatever you prefer, in a warm place. Now if you're doing this in winter or in cold weather, sit it on the front seat of your car. When we go camping that's what we do and it proves beautifully in the sun. Now this will double in size in about 20 or so minutes. See? It springs back out again. So that's good. Right, into our bowl, which has been greased, and into a warm place for about 20 or 30 minutes until it doubles in size. Okay, after 25 minutes our dough has doubled in size. We're going to remove the plastic film, put our silicone mat back down again, and now we're just going to punch down into the middle to collapse it. Tip it out onto our board and we have to degas it. So, some more flour on your hands and knead it until there are no more air bubbles in it. Very smooth and very elastic. You don't have to do this for too long. We're going to divide it into our tins, however you want to make it. Make one large loaf if you wanted to, but I'm going to make one loaf and some bread rolls. Now they'll have to be divided and don't cut. If you're using a silicone mat, don't cut it with a knife. A little silicone spatula is fine, so we're going to do it roughly into thirds. Okay, one lot is going to be bread rolls and the other two sections are going to be put into a loaf pan and made into a loaf of bread. So get them roughly the same size. Get your loaf tin which has been lightly greased and just drop your bread into that. And now we stand it in a warm place for another 15 to 20 minutes or so until it doubles in size again. It'll actually mould together and make a little high top. For our bread rolls, we're going to make little dinner rolls. So into half and then half again. So we'll make 4 little bread rolls. You could make it into 6 if you wanted to. Roll them around each other like so, if they're not sticking to themselves. Little round rolls. And the same thing, we're going to put them onto a floured board this time. Just make them into little round buns like so. Sprinkle a little flour into a cake pan or a baking tray. Pop your little bread rolls on there. Doesn't matter if they touch each other because they're going to grow and double in size anyway. And we're going to put those in a warm place until they have doubled in size. Then we're going to bake them. Okay, here's our bread doubled in size. Just remove the cling film. I'm actually going to sprinkle some sesame seeds on top of the bread rolls because I like them. Just touch them on so they stick. The bread's doubled in size now. Those sesame seeds will just brown a little bit and give it a bit of interest. So into the oven we go. We pop our bread in for about 20 to 25 minutes. Obviously the bread rolls are going to be a little faster to cook, and they're going into a 200 degree fan forced oven. That's 200 degrees Celsius. Okay, after 20 minutes our little bread rolls are done. I'll try and pick them up. They're really quite hot. Ouch. Listen to this. Hear that? Hollow. That's the sound you're after. Let them cool. Another 5 minutes and the loaf will be ready. Okay, our bread is hot from the oven. We're going to tip it out onto a clean tea towel and listen to it. That's how you tell if it's cooked. So just pop it out of the tin. There you go. Cooked. Ouch, hot. Just leave it in the tin to cool for a little while and then turn it out of the tin. If you turn it out straight away, it'll be really quite crusty on the outside, whereas in the tin for a short period of time will allow the moisture to settle back into the crust, so it's not too crumbly. There you have it, Mia. Cheekyricho's Thermochef bread. If you'd like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, please check out the Cheekyricho channel and please subscribe, leave a comment or a recipe request. Do come back and visit us again soon. We have so much more to show you. And thanks for watching. Homemade Cheekyricho's bread rolls with homemade Cheekyricho's butter. And have a lovely day.